My wife admitted to poking holes in my condoms. I have no one to talk to about this. I just want to type it out, make more sense of it. Me and my wife, P, are both 35. We met back when we were in college, and have been married for 6 years. Even when we were just good friends, I was always vocal about my indifference to children. I wanted to focus on my career, and figure myself out before I even thought about bringing a human into this world. P was aware of this when we started dating, but was slowly starting to get used to the idea of kids. I knew our values were different, and it's my fault for continuing things, but I loved her so much. She is my best friend and she helped me out of the worst period of my life. About 2 years into our marriage, P became pregnant from what I believed to be a freak accident. Obviously I didn't leave or get mad at her, just wanted to preface that I took care and supported her throughout the entire pregnancy. P gave birth to my twin baby girls. They are my world, plain and simple. I feel sad and alone even after just a little work trip without them. P became a stay-at-home mother, something I was completely fine with. Recently, P became pregnant again, intentionally this time, and she was starting to become distant and had a look of shame when I tried to talk or be intimate with her. I have been trying to be the best husband possible, but she always insisted she's fine, and tried to distract me by talking about our girls. I came home from work to find P slouched over, crying on our bed. Our daughters were spending the night with my sister, so we were alone. When I came over to comfort her, she started sobbing about how sorry she was. After I consoled her enough to speak, she explained that she had poked holes in my condoms when we had sex when she first had our baby girls. She didn't try to justify herself, just went on about how she was a piece of shit, didn't deserve me, the girls, or the baby. She was practically hyperventilating. I consoled for the sake of the baby, but I was and still am angry. I've been sleeping in the guest room. I know that this is technically sexual assault, but I hate the idea of only seeing my daughters and baby half the time. P hasn't left our room since. I have to make her dinner after work. She looks so broken, saying that she'll move out if that's what I want. She's pregnant, so obviously I don't, but I'm still incredibly mad and sad. I still love her. I've known her for 1.5 decades. She's been nothing but loving and supportive and until now, very transparent with me. I just wanted to type this out, make sure my feelings, which I know are justified, are justified. My little girls have been the only reason I'm not breaking down and sobbing. I know I'm weak for thinking about forgetting about this, I'm still thinking about divorcing my wife after the baby's born, but I would still want her to live with me. I know, pathetic. I'm taking the next few days off work. Comments. This is definitely beyond Reddit's pay grade. Start looking into therapy. Do not try to navigate this without professional help. Comment. Completely agree, therapy is essential here. This is way too heavy to handle alone. Oh P, I'm going to bed, this entire situation is draining. I realize that I need to talk with my wife about this. Immediately and can't just leave things in the air. I will also look into getting therapy immediately. Thanks again for your advice. Comment. Good luck man. Probably worth not reading this thread, including the other replies to this comment. Sometimes there really is a happy ending. Major respect for trying. Comment. There's absolutely nothing pathetic about being hurt by and still wanting someone you love. People do stupid, horrible, things, especially when they're hyper-focused. It sounds like your wife had issues with her betrayal, and she's attempting to take ownership for what she's done. Here's the thing. Before you divorce her, think about if that's what you want. Don't worry about what you think others would expect you to do. If you are willing to forgive her and give her the opportunity to earn your trust back, then that's what you should do. It sounds like you're rightfully pissed off, but it also sounds like you're more concerned with your family and keeping them together. If that's ultimately what you want and you can live with it, then that's what you should do. If you know you can't get past it, then you make the necessary changes for what you're able to accept. If it's divorce, it's divorce. My point here is that you don't have to leave because you believe that's what is expected or what you should do. If you leave, make it because it's what you actually want. Also, give it some time before you make a decision. You don't want to decide your future when you feel angry, hurt, and betrayed. I really hope things work out for you. I wish you the best. ETA, for those of you who have sent me messages about how you hope I get raped or sexually assaulted, you are no different than a rapist yourselves. Also, don't delete or hide your comments. Put them right here. At least have the guts to stand behind your words. I told OP he should do what he's comfortable with. I did not defend the wife, and I considered the different ways OP may look at a situation. If you're reading more into that and taking apart my diction, you're attempting to create something out of nothing. That negative intention is not generated by me, it's you. Comment. Thank you for the take based on reality. It feels too many PPL get too hung up on doing what us expected of them. Real life is never so black and white. Even for situations where one has been clearly wronged. Update, 4 days later. This is a given, but thank you for taking the time to read and respond to the ramblings of my current situation. From giving me advice, to telling me to suck it up, thank you. I'm 100% going to couples therapy with P, and for myself. She's doing better, not as stressed out as she was before. No, I'm not throwing P out of the house while she is 5 months pregnant. She's still being a recluse in our room, making me have to do her usual responsibilities. I was able to have a nice outing with my little girls. We saw Moana 2 LOL. I guess I'm just here to say that I'm doing fine, and we'll be getting professionals to help us through this. The simple matter of fact is that P betrayed me, but I still love her so much. Some people were telling me to DNA test my children, but there has been no signs of any affairs. I don't think I could even handle that kind of news if it were true. Even if we do end up getting divorced, I will never tell our family about what P did. She's still the mother of my children and I don't want my family to think less of her. Same goes for my daughters. I don't want them to think they are the product of something like that, and I especially don't want them to think that I resent them. That's all I guess. Comment. You're being an extremely generous person with this situation. I'm glad you and P are doing the work with therapy and trying to bridge this situation. Personally, the fact that your wife is still being a recluse and having you take care of everything at home really grinds my gear. She was the one who wronged you and somehow she is the one who is acting like the victim and withdrawing from everything. The shoe really should be on the other foot and she should be the one giving you space to process everything. I do think that you need to allow yourself to feel the emotions you want to feel. You seem to be doing the guy thing of being very outwardly focused on making sure your girls are taken care of, that the household is continuing to run, and solving problems that come up. I'm concerned you're focusing on everyone else so you don't have to deal with your own emotions and eventually you'll hit a boiling point and one small thing P does or doesn't do will set you off and you'll explode on her. Then suddenly you're the angry man yelling at your wife and you're the bad guy. Don't put yourself in that position. Comment. I agree with all of this. Oh P, you have to ask, why did she tell you when she did? Why has she closed herself off to you? There are more details to uncover here, so please be prepared for it as best you can. Oh P, I am a mother to 3 and while I would never do what your wife did, there is also no way in hell I would shut my husband out and force him to do all my jobs as a stay-home mom, on top of his actual job, while I throw myself a pity party for wronging him.